a person who always feel discomfort. Always he feels discomfort. Whilst he is he's with people. Okay, that tells you that you are not an ordinary being. The astral plane connection that is in you is more vibrant than here. There are people who always hear this sound, sharp sound. They will just hear that somebody has just mentioned their name from afar. This is also a sign that tells you that you have, a twin brother, okay, or a twin sister in astral that he is trying to communicate with you. There are people also, okay, they can be having dream of seeing a lake, a sea, a river all the time. If you are experiencing this tells you that you are not an ordinary being. There are people, they always have repeated dreams. This is telling you that you have a karmic debt. It's a form of warning. The dream can be positive, but its real meaning tells you that you have a karmic debt. If you have a karmic debt, whatever you do, it will not be what? Successful. If you always think about something and that thing comes to pass, it tells you that your superconscious mind is more closer to the astral realm. You are a seer. When they are having dream, they also have dream in their dreams. This is a sign which tells you that you have reincarnated 55 times. If you are a lady watching me right now and you always see in your dream that you are running and a man is chasing you all the time, you may be a prostitute one day. If you are a prostitute in astral, it will be difficult for you to get a husband here.
Your friend is Sike.
Sike.
Oh, Sike,
ya funi Sike. Sike jankani Sike ya temude no nyubezi.
We here once again with an exclusive interview as usual. With me here is the Chief Executive Officer of Visa Tumi Eba Center. The I also call him Lord Zena. Stick and stay, I'm seeking for due respect. Subscribe to Television CK. Boss me tell me one more second of one power me back when the I. Chief Executive Officer of Visa Tumi Eba Center. Stick and stay.
Anya asase amanso twenda ho ehu so pani kwapi akraman ni panyenim asase ne de amanso twibia nda ho na da ho no tetrete so himpom bi enim eno de bebi a wunya bi ato a ene Nasco Properties die nika ewo Nasco Properties wato asase na wiaje ho nkrata ne bibia no ope wo mo mbesi amawa jai omo qualified construction team adan bia ope bia ombe kukurasi wonum kinkren Nasco Properties for farmland asase yantama yade yekua ewo Winneba ne Cape Coast Quantimpone so Simbrofo a eben Apam Junction Nasco Properties insase ne twehia mbiaye
Kaswa Winneba Road Dominase near the new Agbogloshi Onion Market Kaswa Winneba Road Akrampa near Fete Kakraba Kaswa Bojiasi Road Papase near Richmond School Complex Pram Old Ningo near Ningo Secondary School Tema Akosombo Road Shai Hills Osudoku Frey 0240 221 0277 071 717 and 0302 864 956. Nasco Properties,
your realtor for life.
We are back, and I'm back for good. Mr. Tumi,
Big man, thank God. You are fine. Thank you very much.
Why are you wearing a yellow attire?
Well, first of all, I will greet your cherished viewers around the globe. I say good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are around the globe. You see, any mystic or hermetic master don't just put on any color of attire or any color of dressing. Okay, by putting on this, it has main reason. Okay, and this color rules by a planetary called Mercury. So Mercury rules the intellect, the brain, and also communication.
Oh, fine, but I was just wondering why you wearing yellow for this particular interview.
Yes, because I had a feeling that today's interview is going to be great. So I have to put more energy so that people will understand, will understand me more. Which is why I decided putting on this yellow attire.
Up next, topic for discussion. And basically, we here to discuss about, to ask you this particular question. 12 signs that really tells who you are from a spiritual point of view. And then I know such topics is kind of your field.
Yeah.
So without wasting much time,
Okay.
I want us to kickstart.
Okay. First and foremost, you should know that everybody on earth is spiritual. Okay. Everybody is spiritual. And also some people, their spiritual ability and their spiritual faculty is due to one or two reasons. Okay. So there are more than 12 signs that appears to you, that tells you maybe you are this or you are that. Okay. And also there are people, they are more spiritual, and there are people, they are physical, material and spiritual.
But let's get it right.
Okay.
The topic for discussion. 12 signs about you
Yes.
that indicates
Who you are. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm going to explain that per my perspective.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
Spiritual aspect.
Sure, of course.
Okay. There are many signs that will tell you maybe you are loving, you are, you are anger type, you are this, you are that. Okay. But all that's based in, material perspective, physical perspective. But for me as a mystic and also hermetic master, what I always give out is spirituality. Okay. And I do not want people to delve more into materialism. Okay. I want people to delve more into spirituality. So anytime if I want to answer any question, I make sure I delve more into spirituality more than the physical aspect of what I'm going to explain, which is why I start giving an intro of on what I'm going to discuss. Okay.
I'm even shocked you are explaining this, because we are here basically for spiritism.
Yes.
So you should have started.
No. Sometimes there are carnal mind who are watching us. Okay, and maybe they are empty, they are zero in terms of spiritual perspective. Okay, so if you start by delving into the main main character or main topic, maybe they might not understand where you are heading towards, which is why you need to give some certain intro on what you are going to talk about, so that they will understand where you are heading towards. You see,
have a music background. Because you just said intro like
you just said I'm Lord Zilla.
That's true.
Yeah, you just said that. Yeah, you see. So there are many signs that tells you who you are. Okay, in terms of spiritual, there are many signs that tells you maybe you are demigod, maybe you are demigoddess, maybe you are intellectual being, maybe you are a reincarnated being, or maybe you are incarnated being. Okay, there are so many signs that tells you who you really are. First and foremost, I'm going to give some maybe 12 or 13 signs that will help you to know who you really are. But before that, I want you to know each and every one on earth is spiritual. Okay? Since you have the body, you have the mind, you have the spirit, you have these 7 celestial bodies in this physical body, okay, which is the macrocosm and the microcosm. Okay, the macrocosm is the a large emptiness of this universe, and this body of yours is the micro of the macrocosm. Okay, so you have this relation with the cosmos, entire cosmos. So the energy that is in the cosmos, same energy flows in you. Okay, so you came to this earth plane. Before I explain that, I need to use some planetary to make an examples so that you'll understand. Okay, we have 9 to 10 planetary, which start from Aries, Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, and so on and so forth. Okay, all these planetary, before one reincarnated from the self-consciousness, you get to a point called Kamaloka point. So this Kamaloka is the point of zodiacal sign, zodiacal point, which is where everybody chooses his tendencies, his karma, his everything. Okay, so by doing that, these planetaries are the celestial gods, the celestial bodies, which each and everybody must pass through. Okay, so when you first pass through Saturn has an ability of patience mastering, hard luck and stuff, and guzzling and so on and so forth. You will learn. Saturn will be your master over there. So you will learn the characteristics of Saturn. When you live there, you go to Jupiter. You learn the characteristics of Jupiter until you do what? You reincarnate on this earth plane. So all the zodiacal sign, you learn something from the celestial bodies of this zodiacal aspects. When you come to earth plane, then you have reincarnated. You're going to choose one. So all these characteristics which you learned is in this body. It's going to tell you who you really are. Okay, so maybe you can see a person who always feel discomfort. Okay, you will see him always, he feels discomfort. He's not happy. He feels lonely whilst he is he's with people. He always feel
reserved type.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a reserved type, but
if he's in the midst of people,
yeah, he still feel lonely.
or she will be
Quiet, feeling lonely. Okay, that tells you that you are not an ordinary being. It means your connection from this plane with the astral plane is more vibrant. It means the astral plane connection that is in you is more vibrant than here. So you feel discomfort. You feel that you are not full when you are here. Okay, so normally when you are alone, you feel more happy than when you are in the midst of people. Okay, so this tells you that you are not an ordinary person. It means you have a connection. You have some people, some entities or some family somewhere which they are trying to communicate with you. And also there are people who always, they used to listen. They used to hear this sound from their ears. Okay, like sharp sound. Like they can be there, then they will just hear that somebody has just mentioned their name from afar. Okay, so this is also a sign that tells you that you hearing your name from afar, it tells you that you have a counterpart.
So a counterpart.
Yeah,
what does that mean?
Yeah, a twin brother, okay, or a twin sister in Astra, that he is trying to communicate with you. Okay, so when this is happening, many a time, 99%, it sometimes distorts your thoughts, and it sometimes disturb your life. Okay, because you need to do something. You need to go back to your origin. You need to have more connection with that brother or that sibling of yours which is in Astra. So he always gives you an indication that tells you that he is still waiting for you. So if you are not doing what you should do, definitely you will grow in the poverty aspect or in the midst of many challenges, because this is what you should do and you are going halfway. You are doing something different, which is not what you should be able to do, which is not what you should do. Okay, and also there are people, they can have a dream and they be seeing stream or a lake or
so wait, you've mentioned like 3 signs or
yes.
So this is the 4th one.
Yes.
Okay.
So there are people also, they can be having dream every time. Okay, they can be having dream of seeing a lake or maybe a sea or maybe a river all the time. They see this in their dreams. It tells them that they are also a spiritual people. They are a pramadam. It is more awakened. It's more open. When I say pramadam, the head region, the energy tubes over there is ready to receive. Okay, it is ready to receive all the time. So they also need to be initiated back to their origin. They are not ordinary. So whenever they want to do something, they need to have water to use to pray with it. They used to pour libation with water, not alcohol, but water. Okay, so if you are experiencing this tells you that you are not an ordinary being at the same time.
Anytime you dream, you see a stream.
Yes.
In the dream.
Yes, it tells you that you are not an ordinary person as well. And also there are people, they always have repeated dreams.
The same dream.
Yes, repeatedly. Maybe they will dream today, in the next 3 days they will repeat, that dream will repeat itself. Maybe the next month that dream will repeat itself. Okay, so this is telling you that you have a karmic debt. Yes, you have a karmic debt. So it's a form of warning to you.
Regardless
the dream, the dream can be positive, but its real meaning tells you that you have a karmic debt. So they are reminding you of that debt. You should go ahead and do it and pay that debt. If you have a karmic debt, whatever you do, it will not be successful. because there is a debt in which you didn't pay. Okay, and today is not the right time. We are going to explain what karmic debt is. Okay, maybe we'll find another time, then we explain that into large aspect for people to understand. And also, yes, and also, if you are there and you always you feel so attraction by women, every woman that sees you, you feel so emotional, you feel so loving, we want to get closer to you. Okay, it means previously, okay, you were the servants of goddess of Venus. Yes, previously you were the servants of the goddess of Venus. Goddess of Venus, she is the goddess of beauty and love and attraction. Okay,
The goddess
of Venus. Yes,
the planet Venus.
yes, she rules Fridays. Okay, so if you always don't take it as a favor. I'm favored, women love me, Charlie. No, it's not a favor. There is a purpose of that. There's a purpose why you are experiencing all that. There's a purpose why women get so closer to you. They want to be with you. Okay, even at the point if you are hurting them, they still want to chase you. Okay, you are so magnetized to them. You understand? Because the energies that governs you is the energy of all Venus, which is the goddess of love and beauty. Yeah, it means that since you are the servant of Venus, it means you need to master how you share love with people. Through that, you are going to make life. Through that, you are going to be favored and honor. Through that, you are going to achieve your goal. Through that, you are going to fulfill your purpose. What does that mean? Or what is your purpose then? Your purpose is to open an NGO. Yes, an NGO, because you are so attracted by people. So whenever you try to put up people to bring them together and give them any message, they will listen to you. Okay, so but you go ahead because of, excuse my word, foolishness and negligence, and you go ahead having intimacy with these people, thinking that you are favored. Meanwhile, you are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. And also, there are people, when they get angry at you, instantly something happens. There are people when you cheat them, or when you make them get more angry, or their rage gets so high on you, you will never see luck in your life. So if you are experiencing that tells you that you are also not ordinary. Maybe you have a witchcraft bloodline. There are people, they have this witchcraft bloodline. They are not all that spiritual. Okay, there is difference between spiritual and this magic aspect of spirituality. I mean spiritism. Okay, there is spirituality, religious, and spiritism.
What are some of the sharp contrasts?
Yes, you see, spirituality is a journey towards through the self without ordaining any sort of spiritual aspect. Like conjuring angels, whatever. It doesn't go with that. Okay, but spiritism goes with all that, incantations and mantras and whatever. Okay, like putting up herbs and these things and that thing together to set up an energy to use in your favor. Okay, this is spiritism. This is what we practice in Africa.
But if you deal with angels, I mean,
you are all under spiritism.
yes.
Okay, this is ceremonial spirituality. You need to do some ceremony, you need to do some praises, you need to do some offerings. This is spiritism. Okay, but pure spirituality is beyond that. It's pure spirituality is to believe in yourself, to know the energy, the powers, the God, and everything is here. You are the angel, you are the God, you are the elementary bodies, you are everything. That's spirituality. Okay, and religion, that is spirituality. It is not my definition. This definition is the definition of all the gurus, the masters, the hermetic masters, the sannyasis, whoever. Okay, so these signs that you see, you being so aggressive person, it's not an ordinary. Being an aggressive person tells you that there is witchcraft bloodline. Okay, you are related to that. It could be white witch, black witch, or red witch. I mean witchcrafts. Okay, so all this tells you that you need to do what? You need to be initiated into that.
But then quick one on this. Which people are the white witches and the black and the...
All this is terminology, okay. Yes, it's just a terms, okay. The white witches, they are able to control their anger and their rage to the extent their power cannot control them to a certain level for distraction, okay. And the black witches too, they are also more patient and also endure pain within them, okay. When you're hurting them, they still have patience, okay. When you are hurting them, they still have patience, not by only understanding but experience. And the red witches, because they rule by red, this rage and anger and stuff, they quickly act, so they don't have forgiveness. They cannot forgive you. Whatever you do to them, they will never forgive you, okay. So if you are that type, it tells you that you are connected to that aspect, so you need to do it to be initiated to that particular aspect. When this initiation takes in place, then you have master who is going to control you. I mean, who is going to guide you on that path. In any part of spirituality, you need a master, you need guru, somebody who will do what, who will train you and put you on the right track, okay. And also there are people, each and every time when they think about something, it comes to pass. Yes, and they normally say it is a coincidence or it is my instinct. It is not.
My instinct tells me I shouldn't go out.
No, it's not. It is not. If you always think about something and that thing comes to pass, it tells you that your superconscious mind is more closer to the astral realm. So you are a visionary. You are a seer. It is not necessarily that you have to be seen with this naked eye. You can be seen with the heart. You can be seen with the mind. You can be seen with the naked eye. You can be seen with the third eye. It is all seen. Blind man or blind person can be seen with what? With the mind or the heart. Okay, it's not necessarily you need to have the eye. Okay, so if you always experience that each and every time that something happens, you have the feelings of that thing before it happens, or you had a dream about that particular thing before it happens, or maybe you feel within you before it happens, it tells you that you are a seer. So since you are a seer, what do you do then? You need somebody who is going to initiate you on that aspect, to use that seeing of yours to do what? To save mankind, maybe to help yourself as well. You understand me? So this sign tells you who you really are. It means you are a seer. You not a soothsayer, but a seer. You see beyond. You shouldn't wait to be seeing something like television. No. Okay. And there are people also, always when you have conversation with them, when you disclose with them your good news, then it turns to negative. There are people like that.
Yes.
There are people like that. Okay, so if you happen to be this person or that person that always when people confront you with their good news, then it turns to a negative result. It tells you that there are more negative aura within you, and also you have negative energy in your heart.
You yourself.
Yes, your heart, you have a problem. It's either your heart has been accumulated with so many negative thoughts. So it tells you that you normally think negative than positive. Okay.
Let me be clear. Anytime you tell a particular person some good news, it eventually turns into bad.
Negative, yeah.
Does it mean that person doesn't synchronize with you so far as good news is at play?
This is not a matter of synchronize. Okay, this is a matter of energies. Your energy can be differ with his. Okay, if the person has more positive energy within the system, wherever there is positivity, positive flows over there. Wherever there is negativity, negative energy flows over there. So if the person has so much positive within the system, okay, whenever you disclose your positive good news with to that fellow, definitely you receive good news. But if there is more negative in him, you will receive bad energy. So it tells you that you are having that omen, it tells you that you are full of negativity. Maybe you may not know, okay, because we have 3 dimensions of our mind. We have conscious mind, subconscious mind, and superconscious mind. So things do happen in the subconscious mind which we are not aware of them. You can be totally negative, but you don't know. You think you are positive. I all media mimpe mo hasemo media dia the boni biano mimpe o.
Who is at fault? Like I mean, who should be careful? The carrier or the one consuming the news?
You that consuming the news, you are not at fault, but the carrier is at fault. Do you understand? Which is why they said the ignorance of the law, it is not an excuse. Since you have appeared on this existence, you should know why you are here.
What does that sign mean?
It means that you are full of negativity. So use your negativity to be what? To be positive. You can use negativity in the positive results in return. Maybe let me give an example. Somebody who is an armed robber. Is it positive?
Negative.
It's totally negative. But this same armed robber, with his rage and his courage, he can use it to save people from dying when they are being attacked by a fellow armed robber. Isn't it so? So you've been given that negative energy. You are consuming that negative energy purposely for something. Okay, you should know why you consume that negative energy. Okay, in the realms of spirituality, there is nothing like negative, non-positive. We only have neutral. Okay, when something is happening to you repeatedly, which you are not happy with it, then it becomes negative. Okay, and also there are people, but this one is very common, very, very common. There are people, each and every time that they approach their lovers, either a female or a male, for the first sight, it becomes so joyful. Joyful. But at the middle, then it becomes bitter. It happens to them repeatedly. That tells you that. It tells you that you are experiencing that. It tells you that you are so great to the extent, if you don't understand yourself, you cannot be with any man. So great to the extent people don't understand you. When they are thinking that way, you are thinking this way. So you are so emotional. So they always see you as a naive type. So if you are experiencing this, it's not a curse. It's rather a blessing, which you should use that blessing to bless your life. Okay, and the other sign too, there are people, whenever they sleep, they dream in their dream again. Have you experienced that?
No.
When they are having dreams, they also have dream in their dreams.
There
are people like that. It happens to them. This is a sign which tells you that you have reincarnated 55 times.
Specifically 55?
55. There is a peak of 13 Q of consciousness.
13 Q?
Of consciousness.
What does the Q mean?
The Q is a range of energies. Okay, so it tells you that you have reincarnated 55 times. So if you have not gotten to that level, yes, if you have not gotten to that level, it is impossible for you to dream whilst you are dreaming. Yes, it simply means, you see, dream itself is a form. If you are dreaming, unconscious dreaming, like sleeping and having dreams, it's unconscious dreaming. Meditation is conscious dreaming. You understand what I'm saying?
Conscious.
Yes, conscious dreaming. When you are meditating, each and every, you are very conscious about the dreams that you are having. But when you are sleeping and you are dreaming, it is unconscious. So this tells you that you are more conscious in your unconsciousness. Into your unconsciousness. You understand me? Sure. So you are not an ordinary. You are a demigoddess or a demigod. Yes, you can create, you can destroy. You are so great, so you are so powerful. 13 Q. So great, so powerful. You understand me? You need somebody to guide you. You don't need to go to any pastor. You don't need to go to any malam for prayers. You don't need that. You don't need anybody to lay his hand on you for prayers. When you do that, you are rather destroying yourself, because you are a paramount. You are in a high stage of consciousness. And also, there is a sign also that tells you that you could be an armed robber one day. There are people, they always dream that they see owl, this animal, all the time in their dreams. It's a warning. It tells you that one day you could be an armed robber.
A thief.
Not a thief. Armed robber.
You use
Ammunition to rob. Okay?
regardless your profession.
Regardless, it doesn't go with that. It is a tendencies.
Okay, the tendency.
Definitely, if you are not careful enough, you will.
Possibility.
The possibility is so high. And also, if you are a type, if you are a lady watching me right now, and you always see in your dream that you are running and a man is chasing you all the time and you are running, it tells you that possibility you may be a prostitute one day. Definitely.
Even if you are a malam's wife.
It doesn't. Regardless, whoever you are, he doesn't care. He doesn't go with that. It's a tendencies. Okay, and also, if you always see yourself to be more lucky as a lady, to be more lucky in everything that you do, okay, it tells you that you are a special woman, and at the same time you can be vulnerable, and at the same time you are under, how should I put it, a curse.
Using yourself to be lucky.
Yes.
Your life.
Yes.
It means you can be cursed, like a curse.
You are under a curse.
You are under a curse.
Yes, but this curse is a generational curse, because you ordaining this lucky, okay, it attracts different types of people in your life. Okay, that is one. Number two, as a woman doing that, you may take advantage of that, and you would want to explore life, and you go beyond. You think that, oh, me them a favor or member per masem. It's a curse. There's a range, or there's a peak of level. A woman shouldn't cross that level. When you see yourself crossing that peak of level, it tells you that you are cursed. Okay, and also, if a woman has, lips, big lips and a wide lips, she's so romantic, so romantic, and in terms of sexual, she's very good.
A woman with thick lips.
Not thick, wide.
Nanoso.
Yes, she's very good in bed.
Where from this one?
Yes. When we are merging the physical and the aspects of spiritual, okay.
So is this spiritual or
physical? And if a man has short thumb like this, mine is somehow long. If it is so short and thicker, okay, it tells you how his manhood is. You can see that, and not assuming, you can see that and just visualize how the manhood is. There are different signs that comes to you that tells you that wow. You are, that tells you that you are very serious. And also, if you are a type of person, you always want to eat egg, you always love to eat egg, you always love to eat, like you have egg is your hobby, you always want to eat it, you always want to eat egg. It tells you that you are more traditionalist. You need to find your source. It tells you that you have more connection with your ancestors, so you need to find out what exactly do they want you to do. There are people like that. So if you don't find out the answers, you will suffer till you die. You see, when something is being following you, it will give you a signs which will tell you, hey, you are this or you are Kwesi. So be careful. As a Kwesi, you don't have to take palm oil. So these signs will begin to come repeatedly to you. So if you are not listening to the signs, then it becomes a punishment. You should know you are not just this body, okay, but you are within the body, and you came here for a certain reason. That reason tells who you are, not by seeing you as a body, but the purpose in which brought you to this earth plane tells who you are. So who you are, there is a reflection of who you are that it will be approaching to you. It will be, keep repeating itself to you. So if you don't have somebody who knows to that dimension to explain that to you, you will always be offending the laws which you don't know. There are people, they will always be a celebrities. Either they have attended to school before or not, they are educated or not, they are beautiful or they are ugly, they are handsome, they will always be a celebrities. There are people like that. A person that he always see himself in the rain water. I mean, whenever she dreams, she always see herself in rain. Rain falls, all the time. She will be a celebrity, regardless whatever she does. And also physically, if you are not dreaming about that, and physically you always see you always see yourself as, I am nobody. The ego of somebody is dead in you. The ego of somebody is dead. You always see yourself, I'm nobody, so I don't want trouble. If I go fetch trouble, nobody is there to help me. You'll be famous. You are that type. And also, if you kill the ego of not knowing all the time within you, the ego of knowing all the time. For me, I don't know. If you always feel that within you, for me, I don't know, so I want to learn more. I'm telling you, if you are not ready, you will never see money.
If you are not ready,
if you are not ready in life, you will never see money.
if you are not ready,
If you are not ready to embark, because that is the ultimate level of spirituality. Spirituality is not knowing. So you always assume, I don't know. Do you understand me? So it is the ultimate goal of spirituality. So if you are not ready for that journey, you will forever lack.
like you posing, this one, I don't know.
I don't know. You don't know. It is the ultimate goal of spirituality, pure spirituality. Yes, the ego of knowing is not part of spiritualism. Spirituality always delve into not knowing.
For you to learn more.
Yes, so if you always feel that and you are not taking any step, you will forever remain poor. It tells you that if you are not, if you are not, ready enough, if you are not, ready enough to embark the journey of spirituality, because you are spiritual, you will forever remain poor. So it tells you that you are poor because you are not ready. You don't need to go to anybody. You are poor because you are not ready. And also, if you are a person who sometimes, it happens that you always have this chronic headache, and maybe you've conducted different labs, and it is not medical, and also maybe you've contacted these spiritual men, and also it tells you that it's not spiritual, but always this thing happens. It tells you that you are going to be an entrepreneur.
Wow.
Yes, regardless whatever you are doing. No, you are going to be an entrepreneur for one day, for sure. It's the skills that you have to embark on that skill.
Let's end it here.
Yeah.
You can give, science upon science and science upon science. You've given more than 2.
Yes. I just want people to know everybody is spiritual. You have spiritual abilities in you. which you don't need to be subordinate to any spiritual man. When you try or you put up effort to awake this spiritual ability within you, you need not to go to any spiritual man for any prayer, for any concoction, for any ceremony, for anything. Okay, the signs that you are seeing around you, any signs that repeat itself repeatedly around you, tells you who you are. It can tell you you are a spiritual person. It can tell you you are a king. It can tell you are a chief. It can tell you you are a queen. It can tell you you are a lawyer. It can tell you whoever you are. It can also tell you are a vulnerable person. You are an armed robber in Astra. You are a thief in Astra. You are, how should I put it? Prostitute in Astra. If you're a prostitute in Astra, I'm telling you here, you will never get married. You will never marry. If you are a prostitute in Astra, it will be difficult for you to get a husband here.
Do we have prostitutes in the Astra world?
We have everything that we have here. The same thing reflects over there. We have armed robbers, we have thieves. I used to see people, I know that this guy is an armed robber, but physically he's a banker, so you always use the pen to do what? To steal. Okay? Maybe physically he's an MP, you always use the pen to steal. You add up zeros. Okay, he doesn't have any sympathy for his country, because in the astral realm where he reincarnated to this plane, he was a thief over there. So you continue here thieving, stealing. There are people like that.
But how can a thief be reincarnated?
Everybody is reincarnated. Since you are here, you have reincarnated. Okay? You will not be here when you are not a reincarnated being. It's impossible. You need to be here. If you are here, it means you have reincarnated to this plane.
On Earth, planet Earth.
On Earth, this existence,
yes.
Earth, you have reincarnated.
Chief Executive Officer of the Center. I mean, an insightful convo. Solid. Signs that indicate who you are. The real person. I mean, signs that shows who you really are. I'm happy seeing you again. Hope to meet you some other time.
Sure. Godzilla.
I'm CK. Subscribe.